Hello everyone, Christian here. It is February 3rd, 2015, and I am almost 10 months on testosterone. 10 months. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how close a year is coming, and that's insane to me. So, wow, 10 months. Gosh, I just can't even believe it. 10 months. So, actually, on the day of my 10-month anniversary, you are going to be seeing a video for me going to surgery because I have top surgery in less than 1 week, which is on my T-versary for 10 months. And that is such a great way to celebrate the last 10 months of the best time of my life. And I can't say the whole thing has been like the best time, but to get to where I am today, I would say that it's been so incredible. So, top surgery in 1 week. So I have been off testosterone. Tomorrow would have been, well, tomorrow is the third shot that I'll miss. So I have only been off testosterone technically 2 weeks so far, and wow, I do not recommend it. Ever since I started testosterone, I have not really noticed any big emotional changes as far as like my moods or crying and things. I think I probably before could be classified as a pretty emotional at times woman, and so ever since starting testosterone, I feel like my mood has just been really stable, and so that's been totally nice for me. And then off of testosterone, I have felt a tad bit hormonal and very weepy. Little things would just trigger like my emotions, which typically means crying. And so I cried a lot in the last week. Thankfully, I'm not too sure why, but I feel like I'm doing better this week, so that is very nice for me. But being off of testosterone, so I've been crying more, and just in the last few days, I have noticed lower like pelvic and lower back cramps. Yeah, so my uterus is just reminding me that it's still in there, and that maybe it was cranky that I put it to sleep for a while. So I've definitely had some cramps, which my physician said is quite normal. Hopefully, praying to God that my cycle does not come back, and you will all know if it does. But so just really having some cramps, which I'm not thrilled about because I can't have Motrin now 10 days before surgery, and so Tylenol it is, which just doesn't seem to work as well for those. So definitely not enjoying that, but surgery in a week and then 2 weeks more after surgery, then I'll be able to start testosterone back up. So yesterday I was having a conversation with my mom about surgery and testosterone, and she seemed to think that the testosterone that I'm taking isn't safe. And so I guess I had never really had that sort of conversation before, that the testosterone that I am taking every week that I inject into my muscle, which is 100 milligrams, which is a half an ml weekly, is completely safe. It's prescribed by my physician, who is an OBGYN, and she labels herself kind of like trans healthcare. So she manages a lot of transgender persons, male and female. So she's the one who prescribes my testosterone, and she is also the one who follows up with me. Since I started testosterone, I have seen her every 3 months, so I go in for a checkup. We talk about my changes, and then pretty much every month she has ordered lab work for me, and mostly what they're looking for is my hemoglobin levels, because testosterone makes your blood thicker, and so that can have a higher risk of clotting. So every 3 months that I've gone in for a checkup, my hemoglobin level has gone up like a point. And so right now I am at the maximum for like a male that your hemoglobin level should be at. So we are keeping an eye on that because I might need to lower my dose to like zero point 0.4 of testosterone every week. So we never checked my initial testosterone levels, and every biological female has a little bit of testosterone in their system. It is something that I was curious about in the beginning, but it's not something that she did. So it just wasn't a big deal to me, especially since after my first 3 months, we checked a testosterone level for me, and I think it was like 650, and like 500 to 1,000 is where you're supposed to be. So when I go back on my testosterone after a couple weeks of being back on it, then I will go have my level of testosterone checked. So if it is too high and that's what's driving up my hemoglobin, then I will just lower my dose, which is fine because I think I am seeing definitely all of my desired effects with testosterone, and everything else just takes time. So, um, everything that I'm doing is completely safe. Um, so let's see. After 10 months, I look back at pictures and I'm just like, it wows me. I keep staring at old pictures and then new pictures of myself, trying to see exactly how to describe these changes. You can see them, but I know I was analyzing my face today, and you can definitely tell. I think that my face was a little bit rounder before, and it's slimmed down. And then my jaw I feel like it used to be a little bit more like a triangle, and now it's a little bit more square like that. You can tell like the fat and stuff that's around my face and eyes, I think, has kind of redistributed a little bit. My hairline has definitely changed. When I got my haircut just this last time, I've been going to the same person to get my haircut the whole time I've lived in Nebraska, which is slowly approaching 5 years, which I can't even believe. I feel like we always kind of cut my hair the same, and she was kind of like, didn't know what to do with it because it's different. Like, definitely a nice little receding hairline here, and she was kind of like, what to do. So I like what she did, but it was just different. And then definite, there. And then this is what I've been able to grow, and that's been like a couple weeks of not shaving. And it was really, really itchy to begin with, and I was like, wow, this sucks. But we fought through it, and it feels fine now. It doesn't really bother me as much at all. I also feel like my skin has changed, and I know that we talked about that with my doctor in the beginning, just as far as women's skin is softer and men's skin is just more coarse, and so like you can definitely see my wrinkles a little bit more. But I mean, my skin still feels soft. I think it's just you can notice things a little bit more. In the last several months, I have definitely had more acne, a little bit on my face, but mostly like on my shoulders and my back, my chest, which has been annoying. Some of it I can attribute to a binder, but some of it I think is just my skin is just a little bit more oily, and I've definitely noticed that a lot. Of course, the lovely body hair still continues to grow. It's just really interesting because, like, on the inside of my arms and things where there was just never hair before, like, there's hair growing and it's getting darker, down to my hands, more manly. So that's been kind of interesting. My body shape continues to change. My muscles that never used to exist are now there, and so that's fun. I can definitely feel like where my pec muscles will be, and so that's going to be really interesting to see in a week or so. And it's been interesting to like be in a new work environment this last like 5 or 6 weeks and not be out, although people know, and with some people I'm talking about it and some people not. So it's definitely an interesting thing, like with making new friends. When is the appropriate time to be like, hey, I'm trans? Because a lot of people are friends on my Facebook, and so they see things that I post or pictures and things about my transition, but it's like, when do you have that conversation? Do you have to have that conversation? And that's just all new to me. I don't know. I've not done it before, so it's definitely like a little advantage about where I came out. It was like at least everybody knew, but then there were tons of disadvantages for me at that time there, and it's been a really nice break for me to just go somewhere new and have a little bit of the pressure off of me to be so like transgender focused and just be able to focus on me as a person. And I think that throughout the last 5 or 6 weeks that I've been there, I have seen just a tremendous amount of internal growth with myself, which is so fun to see. Like everything just takes time, and I really feel like if I take care of my mind, body, and spirit, then like everything is just gonna flow, and it has. And the other thing that has just flown is just the fact that I have a girlfriend, and that's been so cool to be able to meet somebody, and she knew that I was transgender. It was not something we talked about a whole lot when we were just getting to know each other, and that was really cool just to meet somebody and just to be able to just be myself and get to know somebody and start that friendship that turned into just an amazing relationship. I definitely think that dating made me very anxious before. I've talked about it before. Like, how do you do it? Where do you go to meet somebody? Do you talk about being transgender? When is the right time? All these flooding of things that crossed my mind. And then one day I was like, you know what? I don't even want to focus on that. I don't want to think about it because it's the farthest thing from my mind. I really think that just focusing on myself and my transition and taking care of myself on the inside, was the best idea. And then, like, when it'll happen, it'll happen. And, like, seriously, then it just, like, happened. And that's just awesome. It's so cool. It's just the coolest thing. And it's just so neat to, like, be somebody's boyfriend. I don't know. That's just crazy. I've obviously never been anybody's boyfriend before. So it's just really neat because a lot of the things that I would do before, I still do. And, sometimes that's seen as like chivalrous, and sometimes it's interesting because I might want to do things just because I want to do them. And it's like, is it seen as that's like a man's thing, or are you just being nice? And so it's just really interesting, like all the different gender things that come into play, and things that maybe I never had to think about before. And like just a couple of weird things, like sometimes when I've been out, whether I'm with my girlfriend or a female friend, like I've gotten the check. Like they stick the check for like dinner in front of me. And so that's just hilarious, like that gender stereotype. And I don't know, it's just so funny to see some of those things, and it's nice to just be able to do a lot of things that I would do before, like hold the door open for people, and now you're seen as like this, just respectful young man or whatever, and it's just neat. It's neat to be seen a different way, yet still how I feel about myself is the same. And so that's just quite a surreal feeling to just be like, but I've always been this way. Like, this has always been me. I guess you just didn't see it because you didn't see what I see now, is kind of like how I seen myself before. And now it's all just starting to match up, which is absolutely incredible. It's such a freeing feeling. It's so amazing. It's the best feeling in the entire world. The decision to transition was the best decision I could have ever made for myself, for my kids, because it has made me such a more confident and outgoing person for them. It's just awesome. So, whew, 10 months on testosterone, 1 week till top surgery, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm a little nervous just because it's surgery, but I am so incredibly excited to get on with this part of my journey, because the last 10 months, with all of the awkward moments as far as feeling in between genders and my appearance changing and maybe not liking it, having to have discussions that are really awkward and uncomfortable. All the things that I've had to go through has made me who I am today, and I couldn't be more grateful for all those experiences. So I'm really looking forward to putting one more notch on the belt as far as this transition, and I'm really excited just to bring everybody with me. So, as always, thank you everybody for caring and for your support and your love and just going on this journey with me. It's been amazing. And then thank you for listening to my long-winded 15 and a half minutes. I totally appreciate your time. Okay, so take care and enjoy the next 6 weeks of winter because this sucks in the Midwest. So take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.